Grease extract systems, which are not properly maintained, will become heavily accumulated already within the first few months. Such systems are a fire danger and pose a threat to the building and its occupants. LIFA grease cleaning method is based on a combination of all existing LIFA technologies in duct cleaning. This system works for all types of grease, liquidy, tar-like or burnt coal-like, due to different functions within the same machine. It's just a matter of selecting different steps in different orders according to the place and grease type. We don't promise you the abracadabra method or moon from the sky, but the best available equipment to do the heavy work for all kinds of grease from the whole length of the whole system. The method was originally designed for regular maintenance, not making years of negligence disappear. However, if the grease chopper can be used due to the noise factor, also thick and heavily burned grease can be released. But remember, you still need to remove it from the bottom of the duct. In principle, there are 3 different types of grease: liquidy, sticky or tar-like, and crystalline or hard. In practice, there are numerous different types, olive oil, animal fat, etc., and combinations of greases, which can be in several layers of different grease types or combinations from several years of use. Also, there are several different types of duct configurations for grease extract systems. In the LIFA range of brushes, there are several different types, due to the fact that a certain type of dirt is more easily removed with material effective against it. The ultimate brush, if you can call it a brush, is the grease chopper. It's advisable to use the grease chopper as a last resort, only when other types of grease brushes are not effective. It's been used very successfully in removing other types of heavily accumulated dirt. For example, in automotive industry painting extract systems, print extracts, and cellulose pipelines. It's been used very successfully in removing other types of heavily accumulated dirt. In case the grease is hard attached, you should use the special LIFA Y gear, which rotates 2 brushes at the same time at an angle of 45 degrees, enabling the tips of the brushes really to dig into the corners of rectangular ducts. The aggressive Tynex brush with bending bristles, it reaches to the corners of the duct also. The Tynex bristle material has a scratching effect because its surface is uneven, best described as sandpaper-like. When a grease chopper can't be used, a grease detergent chemical must be used to transform the grease into liquidy format. The spraying is done via a low-pressure liquid bottle that can be pressurized by both hand or compressor. Always start first with a foaming type of alkaline degreaser, as this affects also the sides and top of the duct. In case the grease layer is deep, you may need to resort to so-called power washing, i.e. brushing at the same time as spreading the chemical in order to reach to the bare metal surface. Liquidy grease needs to be removed very fast in order to prevent leakage and droplets from ductwork. This can be achieved fastest by spraying oil-absorbent granules into these sections. In practice, it's needed in a maximum 20% of cases, so the granule spreading system is not a solution itself, but an accessory when needed. When brushing the duct with granules inside, there's some abrasive effect, but the granule should only be used for liquidy type of grease and when there is no heavy accumulation. In this example, a strong alkaline detergent was put onto hard burned grease first in order to soften it and reach the abrasive effect seen. Super clean granules are sold in 25 kilogram sacks, and only this very small size of granules can be used with LIFA granule spraying machines. The granule is basically clay material, or earth, that absorbs liquid plus oil. Typically, you need a minimum of 2 litres of granules per 1 litre of liquidy grease. The granule spreading machine operates on compressed air, but for spraying granules, only between 3.5 bar with approximately 100 litres per minute is needed. So even a small handheld compressor is enough for this purpose only. The pressure is simply controlled by a valve shown here. However, a critical thing to realise is that you need a good compressor, with the capability to produce a minimum of 300 litres per minute of compressed air at 6 bar, with a constant flow for the removing of the granules from within the duct. This is done by simultaneously brushing and air jetting, because only brushing with the help of suction from the vacuum unit is not enough to move or convey the now heavy, greasy granules. The other peril in using this method is that the amount of half-greasy, half-dry granules becomes too much within the length from the spreading point to the vacuum connection point. The more air jetting power you have, the less of this risk exists. Granules can be spread by holding by hand its hose and shooting granules into the ductwork from the access opening. In smaller ductwork and longer distances, the granule spreading hose can be connected to the hose of the cleaning machine. The connection is designed so that the Y gear for rotating two brushes at the same time can also be used. Lifa has a range of different types of special air-jetting nozzles according to the duct size and shape. In the very final stage, a soft brush needs to be used, as in the very end there is dry dust originating from the granules. Here you can see the amount of granules in a 6 mm section of 300 mm duct with approximately 2 litres of liquidy grease. In the Lifa range of equipment, there are different sizes of negative air machines and pre-separator units, as there are very many different sizes of extract systems and environments where to use them. Obviously, the more suction power there is, the better. So it's always worthwhile to choose the most powerful one, in case they fit to the physical limits of the work environment. It's essential to control the air velocity and suction power when spreading the granules. During this stage, the airflow should be kept to the minimum. This is easily arranged by a damper on the exhaust side of the vacuum unit. And when removing the granules, maximum suction power is achieved by allowing the air to come through. There's no danger of overheating with such use with a Lifa vacuum unit. It can withstand such operation for hours, and there's also a protective sensor to shut it down before damage happens to the motor. Within the pre-separator unit, a plastic disposal bag is used for easy and clean removal of dirt after the project. Finally, a normal vacuum possibly needs to be used for removing those last granules staying in the corner of the access door to the vacuum unit. So also a normal industrial-grade vacuum is worth having in the van with you. Finally, in order to make profitable business, you sometimes need to say no to a project that you know can't be done in the time period the client is willing to give, or simply the client is not willing to pay the price needed to complete the work. But with a Lifa grease set, you can rest assured that the project can be finished according to needs, no matter what surprises are found during the cleaning project.